Hi, this is Marina from Dark Star Astrology, bringing you your Aquarius 2020 horoscope. So these are your keywords for this year: finding your roots, moving house, investing in property, next door's parties, fertile imagination, fickle fun, creative hermit, navel gazing, from caterpillar to butterfly. So how damn annoying has it been for Aquarius? You have been, for the last year, hearing all the action going on next door in Capricorn, but have not been invited to the party. Well, that's what it's felt like. You've heard the noises and celebrations, but you cannot quite see what's going on. So aspects are called aspects for a reason. Aspettare in Latin means to see, and the semisextile, which is a planet bang next door to you, is worse than useless as an aspect. Close enough to know that it's there, but too far to be effective, and that's really irritating. So you just have to be patient, dear Aquarius. Yes, this torturous situation will go on for some of this year, but change is on its way. Ceres will be in your sign this year, followed by Saturn for a few months, and then right at the very end, cue fanfare, Jupiter. Knowing that there's going to be light at the end of this tunnel and excitement is on the way should help scratch that itch of anticipation. So Saturn conjunct Pluto is one of those next door titillations, kind of, but one that you don't mind missing out on firsthand. Instead, its presence in your 12th house of self-undoing keeps it out of harm's way. That is if you don't go purposely looking for trouble. With this Grim Reaper conjunction, just don't walk down any dark alleys late at night in dodgy neighborhoods. Don't get blind drunk and then stoned with strangers. It's common sense, really. So, however, you can use this aspect to inspect your own nightmares. For example, what you do to be your own worst enemy. This is a great one for taking yourself on a retreat and doing high intensity navel gazing. Do all you can to prepare for your own rebirth for when your ruling planet enters your own sign in March for a few months. Jupiter will also be conjunct Saturn at the very end of the year in Aquarius, so you will get a taste of this very special conjunction. So that's a big feature of the astrology of 2021, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. Again, it's just another case of being patient. So that's just a snippet of the summary. There's more in the ebooks. So let's just go ahead and just have a quick browse at some of the transits that are happening of Saturn, Jupiter, Ceres and Lilith in a bit more detail. So Saturn's coming to the end of its 2.5-year journey through Capricorn, as you know very well, but Saturn will be in your own sign for a few months this year. Some signs groan at the thought of Saturn in their own sign, but for you it's no bad thing since it's your ruler. Like Capricorn, you will actually quite enjoy Saturn in Aquarius because it works in its most positive and strongest way here. For wacky and rebellious Aquarius, your ancient ruler can bring you much needed stability and serenity. So Jupiter travelling through your 12th house practically all year until December the 20th. Now that, like I said in the general section, it might feel like you're in the last stages of turning from a fluffy black caterpillar into a beautiful turquoise and purple butterfly. If you're the Uranian sort of Aquarius that needs to do something with this nebulous fog of a transit, then perhaps go on a retreat to somewhere where you can do actually nothing. The karmic Jupiter conjunct the South Node around January the 8th is the ultimate in navel gazing, so go to that Indian ashram or Buddhist silent retreat during that time. That would be great. For the majority of the year, Lilith will be in Aries, so that's in your 3rd house of communications and siblings. Mars will join Lilith there from June to October, so sibling rivalry can rear its ugly head, especially if it's being fueled by a divisive and narcissistic parent. with Mars retrograde from September the 11th. Mars acts more like Pluto. So if there was any bullying from a sibling, then memories of that could also come up for healing also. Mars and Venus are both retrograde in 2020. So let's have a quick look at what that means for you. So Venus retrograde will be in your pleasure and lover zone. So that's something to look forward to. Hooray! At last your love life gets a break and there is a planet spending time in a place where you can actually rock and roll. If you are single, then paint the town red and all the colours of the rainbow, because you should have a ball while Venus is there. The only problem, if that is a problem, is having too much choice. Venus in Gemini is very fickle. Mars retrograde takes place in your communications and neighbours zone. So not really the sexiest place for it unless you live next door to George Clooney. However, you can use this very fierce Mars energy to go campaigning around the neighbourhood if there's some sort of local issue that needs addressing. Mars, being the planet of war, might have you in some kind of turf war. Hopefully it won't be much more than telling Ethel from number 21 that she needs to tie up her bin bags more securely. So the decans now. So I've done a special on the decans this year, and they are in the ebook, much more detailed than here, but I'm just going to give you a little taster. So Aquarius Decan 1, your birthday is January the 20th to the 30th. So you get the Uranus square, the Saturn conjunction and the Jupiter conjunction. The dates are on the ebook. So this is a year of anticipation and excitement for you more than any other decan. As mentioned in the general section, you're the first to experience the taste of Saturn and Jupiter in your decan just in time for Christmas. Until then, you can lay the foundations of the amazing castle you're about to build for yourself. It's all happening. Until the Kingmaker arrives, you have Uranus striking lightning from his square aspect. So Aquarius Decan 2 now, that's January the 30th to February the 7th birthdays. So all you have is the Uranus square. Sorry to have to say it, but you really will have to be patient again. This will not be easy, with Uranus getting all jittery with some of his jack-in-the-box antics for a few months. Well, at least you won't have any other heavy transits going on, nor even an eclipse to rattle you. I would use this year for recharging your batteries and getting fit for the arrival of Jupiter and Saturn in your decan. Aquarius Decan 3, February the 8th to the 19th birthdays. Oh dear, I'm sorry to tell you that there's absolutely bugger all happening in your decan at all this year. I think you're pretty much the only decan to have this planetary drought. When this happens, then the year might feel either peaceful or dull, depending on what sort of Aquarian you are. Saturnians will just keep plodding on with what they know, while Uranians could actually get quite tetchy and irritable. So that brings me to the end. Come to Dark Star Astrology, the website, to get hold of your Aquarius 2020 ebook. It's 5,000 plus words this year. Last year it was 2,000. And we also have that special decans section too, much longer than what I've read out here, all for $3.95. All right then, thanks for listening. All the best. Bye-bye.